This segment is sponsored by the Havana Cigar Club, located in Warwick, Rhode Island. It's a great place to enjoy a drink and a cigar. Stogie Geeks listeners can find a $5 off coupon on our website by clicking the HCC logo. And by Age Selects, providing cigar enthusiasts with premium long filler cigars aged at least 5 years at an extraordinary price. The expert buyers at Age Selects go to the factories of major cigar manufacturers and buy cigars that have been aging for years. The team at Age Selects inspects them, smokes them, and packages them up, ensuring you get the best quality cigar to smoke. The best part is they're provided to you at an affordable price. You can order them online at cigarfrontier.com. Welcome back, everyone, to the Stogie Geek Show. Of course, I'm your host, Paul Sidorian, joined on the lines via Skype by Mr. Will Cooper. Very excited to have another special guest on this episode. This has just been an epic episode. I always love it when Brian Chinnock comes on the show, partly because he has what I believe is the coolest man cave in the world.
I agree.
Yes, and there's a shot right there. Brian, welcome back to the show.
Hey, guys. How are you? Good. Thanks,
Wonderful.
Paul. Thanks, Paul, for having me on, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for being patient here tonight. We appreciate it.
I was drinking while I was waiting to get on the show, so I'm doing pretty good now.
And you have a fine. Now, Brian, is it mostly wines that you're drinking, or do you branch out into other kind of spirits, or?
You know, I'm just being a winemaker. I just really just travel towards wine. I really don't hit hard spirits that much. You get a kind of a tolerance built up for 13-14% alcohol. If I put 40 proof into my body, I think I'll pass out. So it
is true. You your body acclimates to what you consume on a regular basis.
Yeah.
I kind of went through a phase where I was big into wine for a while, and I kind of got used to drinking it. And when I kind of stopped and started, drinking different things, I'd find when I go back to wine, I get a really bad headache. I think I'm allergic to the tannins.
Sulfates, probably.
Sulfates, sorry, in the wine. So if I drink it all the time, I'm fine. If I dabble in it occasionally, I get a terrible headache. Although, wine.
You can drink more, Paul. Come on, you just got to keep drinking more.
Okay, just drink more. And what some people tell me, some of the more organic wines or different wines don't contain sulfates. Is that true?
Well, yeah. I mean, red wines have. If you're drinking white wines, you're gonna have more sulfites in the wine because it's a natural to stabilize the wine. In red wines, it doesn't take as much. So you're probably not, if you're drinking red wines, you're probably getting the headache from the tannins.
I gotcha.
If you're drinking white wines, you're probably getting the headache from the raised sulfites in the wine. Yeah.
Interesting. I still do enjoy a nice glass of red wine, especially with a nice steak dinner.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I wish I had a steak dinner tonight. So who's bringing the pizza in tonight? We never negotiated that.
I have some pizza here in the studio. Brian, you're just going to have to come up to Rhode Island and come in our studio.
Yeah, mine's up there too.
With you, my friend. I'll be there.
Excellent.
Yep, absolutely.
So, Will, you had a bunch of questions for Brian.
Yeah, my first question is, before we start, actually, how many feet above sea level are you right now in your man cave?
Above sea level. So Napa is about, where I am right now up in the hills, about 100 and almost 200 feet above sea level. And then we're about 30 feet below ground right here.
So you're actually underground right now in this man cave.
I'm underground. As you go back, you're about 50 feet and towards the back of the cave there.
Yep. So, Brian, welcome back actually to the show. For folks maybe who didn't see the last show or are not familiar with Chinnock Cellars Cigars.
Missed the show?
Yeah. I don't know.
Watch the show. Okay.
I agree.
On the last show, Brian drank from the most gigantic wine glass I've ever seen in my entire life. It was awesome. He's got it. There you go. And there it is.
You mean this one?
Yes. It's just awesome.
That's my small one.
How many ounces is that?
No, we do this one in gallons. Well, this is
gallons.
It's about 3 gallons. Okay, of wine. It's a BFBB. Big
nice.
I can't say that on this air, can I? Okay. It's a big frickin' glass.
Nice.
That.
Yeah. And Brian, you were on episode 81. If folks want to
81.
81,
really?
And now we're up to 39.
You guys are like 130 something now.
139.
139. Wow.
Yep. So
is that what we're 138? Or we're 139. Okay.
139.
139, and I think that was either one or two shows before we moved into the studio.
Well, it's
I
a
think
beautiful cigar. I just want to say, you guys, really hats off to you guys. You did a great job there. It looks beautiful.
yeah, it's all Paul and the team up there. They did a great job.
We usually just see a little portion of Paul. Now we see like this widescreen, which you get to see more of them.
No shower curtains anymore. I mean,
No,
it's
yeah.
we've so. But for
It was
folks who
rough
may not be, for folks who may not be familiar with Chinnock Cellars Cigars, why don't you just give us the high level of there?
Sure. I mean, I can't believe by now. Come on, I've been in business for almost 6 years now. I figured, everybody knew me.
I do.
So we started 6 years ago at El Titan de Bronze, or El Titan de Bronze, in Little Havana in Miami. Worked with Willie Herrera there for my good friend Jonathan Drew, stolen away because he figured how great a blender he was. So Willie did my first 2 or 3 blends. We started with one called Private Reserve, and then we did one called Estate. And then we branched off and he created one called Terroir for me. And then we launched this about 4 years ago. This is the Chinnock Cellars Terroir with a beautiful pewter metal band on it. Everybody see that okay? Yeah. So that was the line we did. So my purpose in life and getting into the cigar business was really to, blend wines to go with cigars. And to blend cigars to go with wine, vice versa. I wanted to bring a little bit my knowledge of blending wines together and trying to get, some of that knowledge of how you do wine blending and bring that into the cigar business. So, working with Willie, we came up with a wonderful blend called Terroir before he left, and that's been a great cigar that I actually designed to go with Cabernets or even Big Merlots that have got a nice big tannic back to them. And we launched that almost 4 years ago now. We came up with a pewter metal band to mimic kind of the look of the foil capsule that's on wine bottles. So we had a company. I can't tell you where it is. It's over in Europe, but that designs that or actually makes that band for us. Who keeps walking in front of the studio?
Sorry, production assistants who have a tendency to they're always doing something over here, Brian. They're very motivated, very energetic. They're always doing something.
Energetic.
Yes.
All right. So and then 2 years ago at the show we launched the beautiful cigar called Pressoir.
Love that cigar.
And thanks, Will. Appreciate that, man.
Yep.
So this cigar I wanted to design to go with port wines. It goes with a great Cuban coffee in the morning. But it's a beautiful, beautiful cigar. San Andreas wrapper. Comes in a Toro and Torpedo, all 6x52s. And this is a cigar that I really kind of branched out from where we were with the Terroir line and then took it to a kind of different level. We actually did our first box press cigar with this cigar. Beautiful band design by Manny Iriarte out of Miami, who does a lot of the higher end bands in the industry. And he's a great friend of mine, and he designed this beautiful dual band for the Pressoir. And then I want to kind of round out the portfolio with something a little bit different. And so last year at the show, we launched a beautiful cigar called Cremoir. And you'll notice all these French names coming up, and I'll explain that in a minute. But Cremoir was designed, and we actually came up with the name before we actually came up with the cigar, because I wanted to come up with a creamy cigar. And Cremoir means in French, it actually means it's a noun. It means the device they actually scrape the cream off the milk, and it also means in French the best of the best, or the creme of the creme. So Cremoir was a beautiful name for the cigar, and it is nothing but a cream bomb all the way through. A beautiful, beautiful smoke. It's getting some great reviews in the industry, and really enjoyed launching that. We actually launched it at the show, but we actually didn't actually release it to the brick and mortars until right about the end of December before it actually went out the door. So it's only been out for 6 months or so right now, but it's doing very well, and really enjoy this smoke. So if you get out there, try it out.
Yeah, go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, go ahead. No, so that's the line of 3. We've got Terroir, we got Pressoir, and we've got the Cremoir. The Cremoir, I don't think I said, was actually designed to go with a big buttery Chardonnay or a Pinot. That rounds out that full flavor. So we've got Cabernet, we've got Port, we've got Pinot and Chardonnay covered in the 3 lines that I've created for the wonderful people that are out there.
So I gotta tell a story about the Cremoir here. Brian last year, I remember when he announced it. Yeah, you're right. You didn't have the cigar pretty much. It was still in development.
Yeah, still in an R&D. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I got to Brian's booth at 4 o'clock one day, and Brian and I was tired. So Brian said, "Hey, why don't you sit down? I got something for you to try." And he hands me what was a prototype of the Cremoir. I had 8 cigars that day. I said, "All right, Brian, I'm going to smoke this thing," and I'm telling you, what Brian explained to me what he was looking for with the vision of that cigar, as he just explained, that creamy type of cigar, that creamy buttery cigar, and 8 cigars into the day, I'm like, this cigar is awesome. And 5 o'clock at the trade show, they shut the lights, and they literally tell you, they really start kicking you out at some point. As I'm walking out, so I'm taking this cigar and I'm walking out with it, and
I had to kick him out of my booth. They were like, he was there till like 9 o'clock at night.
He was locking up the wine on me, right?
I said, Will, I got to lock up, So.
Right. When you're exiting the show floor, there's like the tobacco police are at the gate, so you don't take a lit cigar and put it and walk down the hall with it. But I wasn't putting this cigar out, so I literally stuck it. I had a long sleeve shirt. I kind of stuck it under my long sleeve shirt like lukewarm, just so I can walk past these guards and then finish that cigar, because it was an excellent cigar.
Thanks, Will.
Nice.
And that was the prototype. That wasn't even the final.
Right. And but you were even saying, you were asking for my feeling, and your gut was, I guess that was close to what you wanted at that point.
Yeah, it was 99% there. We did a little tweaking at the end just to get a little more creaminess, and we did, and I think it came out perfectly. I appreciate that, Will. That's great, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I didn't know you snuck it out for the cigar.
I did. Because you left. I think you left already, but you had to go go that night to the Cigar Journal Awards.
Yes.
Because you were up. Which cigar was up for the Journal Award?
The Terroir. Yeah.
And did you win? I forget if you.
Well, is this where I start crying?
Brian, you were nominated. That's a great honor.
Hey, for you. I was nominated. I was with some incredible people that my friends and peers are wonderful in the industry. I was honored wholeheartedly just to be there. So yeah, it was a very wonderful, heartwarming experience just to be in that group of people.
Yeah, and I'm smoking a Terroir. This is probably about a year and a half in my humidor, and it's smoking fantastic.
Got a good one.
Oh, yeah, I think I have one of those. I saw one of those kicking around in my humidor. I'm gonna have to go back and pull that out and smoke it.
This is another cigar. Time does a great job. It's just gonna get better and better. And I'm immensely enjoying it. Brian and I have a mutual friend, Stace Birkland, who has been literally started lighting these up recently. With some agent his. Yeah, and he was like, "Will, you got to go back and smoke. Wait till you smoke them now," and it's smoking fantastic. This is just tell us the wrapper you have on this thing is a kind of a different wrapper. Tell us about that wrapper.
So on the Terroir, we've got a very special wrapper. It's actually one of the most expensive wrappers that you can get and actually purchase in the industry. It's called a Ecuadorian Desflorado wrapper. It only happens about 5, maybe 6% of the time when they're actually producing the stalks. When they deflower, they take the flower. Desflorado means to deflower, take the flower off. When they take that flower off, and the leaves, the very top leaves, are actually big enough to make wrappers out of it. They're paper thin. They're like tissue paper. They're very, very delicate. That is why only a female in ETB in Miami rolls the cigars, because guys tend to blow it apart. It's just a very delicate wrapper, but it has this very sweet creaminess to the cigar, and kind of rounds out the full spice component that's the white pepper spice that's in the cigar. And it was a wonderful blend, and it's just been a main staple for us. It is our flagship cigar, and that's why I put that beautiful pewter metal band on it.
No, it's a great band, and a lot of what you did with that band too. It's the way you've kind of did the back of that band. It's not going to damage the cigar whatsoever. Right.
Yeah. It's got a wax paper insert that actually keeps it from chafing the wrapper, so you don't it doesn't tear it as you. It's designed to be pulled off. It's not designed to be taken off. As
right.
You would a paper band. It's actually, I don't know if you can see that or not. It's actually designed to slide back and forth.
No, agree. I've not had any wrappers damaged when taking it off, and I've smoked a ton of these.
Good. Yeah. Well,
So you
well,
have
that was the idea.
yeah. You have so Terroir is being made at El Titan de Bronze. You had the private reserve and the estate grown at El Titan de Bronze. Do you still have those cigars in production? Those other two?
No, so only thing that at ETB now is the Terroir. They've got I gave Sandy at ETB total rights to that producing that cigar. It will always be there, and it will never be taken anywhere else. The Pressoir and the Cremoir are actually made at the Honduran tobacco factory, the Coots factory. There in Honduras, and they produce my other two cigars for me in that factory. So it's a really great relationship with those guys, and they've done some fantastic jobs on rolling in Cuban style for me at those factories. And they roll in pairs there, but they roll in Cuban style for my cigar. And
Yeah,
it's,
I've smoked. Yeah, no, it's a good. They're both good. I mean, I've enjoyed the cigars as well, and as well as other products that come out of that Coots factory. It's a good factory you're aligned with.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, John Gonzalez and the team there. Shout out to John. I think he's watching tonight. Yeah, he's done a great job. And Manny Iriarte did the band for Pressoir and did also the Terroir, the Cremoir line. So I think Manny's actually watching out there. So hats off to Manny.
His art, yeah. If you haven't seen Manny, if folks haven't, folks have seen Manny's art, but they have not realized they've seen Manny's. It's just spectacular, and his photography as well.
Yeah, if you've seen the Fuente ads, he does all those and all the magazines. So that's Manny's work. You've seen probably a lot of that stuff out there. Does a great job. He's a great friend of mine. Just hats out and call out to Manny. Just fantastic job. So he is actually designed for us, and you guys are getting the scoop here on Cigar Geeks, or excuse me, Skogie Geeks. My bad. So we're launching a new cigar at the show. And Manny did the band design for this cigar also. And it will be a very, very elite, special, very, very limited edition cigar. And I'm announcing it here on Stogie Geeks.
Wow.
First time. So you guys are getting the scoop.
Thank you,
at
Brian.
The show,
We appreciate it.
We will launch a cigar, and its code name is XOXO.
Now, last year it was XX, I remember, right? Or
Yep.
I remember it was X last year with the Cremoir.
Yeah, it was project XXXXX.
Okay.
And then we actually launched the name Cremoir after we got everything reviewed and got through the press. So now we're launching the cigar, and its code name is XOXO, and the cigar will be called XOXO. So this cigar will be limited edition. It will be a very limited. In fact, it's going to be in a 5 box set in a cradle format in a beautiful designed piano style box, black lacquer finish. 5 cigars only. They'll all be in tubes. XOXO code name we used for love and kisses, but it actually means and I think, Paul, you asked us, do I drink any hard spirits? But let's just say there are hard spirits, hand infused, every single leaf, one at a time, in the cigar. Some of the most expensive cognac in the world went into the cigar production. It's a limited edition. Only 500 sticks were made. It'll only be 100 boxes. It will only be sold to my current brick and mortars. It will only be sold at the show. There will only be 5 boxes per brick and mortar released, and all the orders will be taken to the show. When it's gone, they're gone. So if your brick and mortar gets one of these boxes, this blend is going to be over the top. It's going to be beautiful. I've done incredible packaging on the cigar. It will have a beautiful wine foil covering on the tube. The band design was done by Manny, and it's really over the top. It's a piece of art, and it's got a beautiful bun on the head of the cigar that Sandy at El Titan and her team actually developed with me and put it on there. It's not just a pigtail; it's a full bun. It's almost a full 52 ring gauge bun It's pretty spectacular. So look for that at your brick and mortars when it comes out after they get it after the show in July. It's going to be an incredible cigar. So you hear it right here, first time on StogieGeeks.com.
Now, when you said XOXO, it's the code name. That's also the actual name, or it's a name to be determined?
No, that is the name of the cigar. It's actually, we've already done it. Cigar Rings is in production on the cigar bands right now, and so it will be called, its code name, XOXO.
Nice, nice. Anything you could tell us about the tobaccos?
I knew you were going to ask that next. Yeah. So I gave you the scoop. I gave you the scoop on Stogie Geeks.
I got to ask before someone else asks you.
Yeah, I know. I knew you were going to ask that. I'm keeping that a secret right to the end of the show, or right before the start of the show. So it is kind of a marriage of Terroir and Cremoir. I'll say that.
Interesting. Yeah. Interesting. Very interesting. And as far as so this is going to be made at El Titan de Bronce.
Right. El Titan is doing this. It's going to be just an incredible cigar. I've actually had the prototype blends. It's been in production for almost about a month and a half now. And I've actually tried a couple samples, and it's over the top. It really is just unbelievable what we've done with the cigar. It's an extremely expensive cigar to make for what we're doing to it, and the packaging is just going to be incredible. So only, like I said, only 5 boxes per shop, and I know all my good cigar shops out there across the country are lining up already. I think Jay at Blue Smoke already put his first order in, and he hadn't seen the cigar yet in Dallas. So shout out to Jay. I think they're watching the show there in Blue Smoke Lounge there in Dallas tonight.
And they launched your Cremoir, from what I remember.
They did. Jay, and it was very nice that he launched the Cremoir back in October. We got that out as some prototypes, or actually pre-launch before I actually got the full launch out the door. So he actually got the very first one out there, and that was really great for Jay to do that for me, and we launched it there. So we're looking for doing the same thing at the show and cranking them out. So. And if it works out good, we may continue the line. It's a lot of energy went into it. I've got a lot of cost into this XOXO, so I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be really a fun line to do, and we'll just see how the public likes it, and we may take it and make it something more permanent.
So in terms of the you mentioned the cognac in there. Are you infusing the leaves with that, or what exactly? If you clarify that part to me again.
Yeah, so El Titan, it's a very small factory, so you have a little more ability to do things that you couldn't do at any other factory. So Sandy actually came up with this idea. It's not actually my idea. She actually came up with it, and she wanted to infuse the cigar. And so she personally has hand sprayed every single leaf, not only the binder, the filler, and the in the wrapper. Everything in the cigar has been infused, and then it sits in a sealed huge Tupperware container. Each one of them, there's probably bundles of 100 at least in each one of the Tupperware containers that are sealed, so that they don't lose any of their aromatics as we're doing the cigar and let it age there in the factory.
That's great. That sounds
it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun thing to do. I just wanted to do something that was over the top. I'm spending a lot of money on this. I'll never make my money back, but yeah, what the heck? It's fun.
Yeah, what made you finally, in terms of now making a true limited? What was your reason? Did you just think it was time in terms of your journey in the cigar industry?
Yeah, I think I've got three lines. Everybody, of course, wants me to come up with something different, and I want to stay with my 3 lines. We've got Cremoir, Terroir, Pressoir. They all have those French names to them. If I do another launch of a cigar, it will have that OIR, suffix on it. So we got all kind of fun names we're playing with for the next launch. But I really wanted to do this kind of as a thank you to all the brick and mortars out there that are supporting me, and to get the cigar out and then get it out to the public. And if it goes off great, I think it will. I think I've taken already half the orders already for it. We haven't even got the production finished on it. I think we'll do very well with it. We may continue the line and do something like extra special every year with this. So it'll be fun. We'll see how it goes. We're gonna do it for fun and just see what happens.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah. So let's give away something. What do you think? Let's give away.
Yeah,
something.
let's do it. I like giving away stuff.
Let's give away something. All right, let's have a contest. All right, we'll do 2 contests. All right, the first one's gonna be easy. All right, it's gonna be name. I think we did this last time. It's gonna be called Name This Wine Thing. You like that?
Yes.
Name this thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so here it is. All right, so I assume Paul, you have a way to have people email you or whatever.
Yeah, it's the show at stogiegeeks.com.
Yep,
Okay.
with the contest name. Yep.
Stogiegeeks.com. Okay, so everybody got that. So here's the item, and we'll see who's at the end of the show who's got this right. The first one to get this will get a box of Terroir. Okay, so this one's a little bit easy. We'll see. All right, everybody ready? All right, the first one to get this, Paul, it's going to be up to you. Whoever gets this is the first one to dial in or to say and get to your email there. So, all right, what is this called? Okay. Everybody know what that is?
Yeah, I'm thinking back to my interview with Matt Booth where we talked about butt plugs, but I'm probably wrong.
Matt would probably enjoy this. I love Matt. I'm a little on delay here, so I haven't seen it yet. But
yeah.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'm not gonna.
I say it now.
You know, can you see it there? Will? All right. So let me give it away, guys, on the show here. All right. So they're gonna. All right. So this is gonna get.
Tell us what that. So tell us what that is. What Brian is holding now. I love this because you have to watch the video. What Brian is holding up right now, email your answer to the show at stogiegeeks.com. The first person to answer correctly and identify what Brian is holding up wins a box of Terroir. Is that right?
Yep.
Terroir cigars.
Yep.
All right. All right. Let's go to contest number 2.
Contest number 2.
That was number 1. This one's going to be tough. All right. So this one will get you a box of Terroir, a box of Cremoir, and a box of Pressoir.
Holy crap.
That's Brian's whole line then.
That's the entire line. If you can get this one, I'll be impressed. Okay. So and there's some clues here. I'm actually going to show the clue just to help out. But if anybody can tell me what this device is, and there's this very, very specific name for it, and you have to be exact of what this device is. And it's not a half of a handcuff, although you might be able to do that and lock it up like that. But, and it's not a torture device from the 1600s.
And it's not a sex toy. It's not in the same class.
And it's not for me, that wouldn't be quite big enough, but
I'm seeing it right now.
That's about a 2.5-inch ring gauge. That's a pretty good size.
So if you can identify that, if you can identify now, contest number 2, if you can identify the device that Brian is holding up now on the video, the first person to answer correctly and email the answer to the show at stogiegeeks.com wins 3 boxes of cigars, 1 of each in Brian's line of cigars. And what are those again, Brian?
That's the Terroir, the Pressoir, and the Cremoir.
So Brian, what we normally do too is if someone doesn't get it, we then open it up to the video. So
okay. Perfect. Yeah.
So yeah, if they don't get it now, they can watch the video.
It's like first come first serve. Now these you have to watch the video, so you can either be watching live or you can watch the recorded videos, which go out to blip.tv. They go to YouTube. They get posted on the Stogie Geeks show, and certain ones also get cross posted to the Cigar-Coop blog.
And Cigar Federation will have them too.
And Cigar Federation. So, yeah, they get redistributed in lots of different places. So, lots of chances for people to win.
And if nobody gets this, I'm donating everything to the Cigar for Warriors.
There you go.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Yeah, I'm actually going to need the answer to that one.
You're going to have to privately send us the answers, Brian.
And this is not a Matt butt plug, okay?
It's not nothing.
And not handcuffs, by the way, either.
Yeah, nothing to do with Matt Booth's line of butt plugs.
Nothing to do with it. Yeah. I want to disclose that. Totally nothing to do with that. So.
Very cool.
So we're underground. It's about probably about 80 degrees, about 75 degrees outside right now, and it's a beautiful 55 degrees in here. I don't know what it is in Rhode Island right now, but it's wonderful right now.
It's hot in Rhode Island today, which is
Oh yeah, you guys had
awesome.
a heat wave out there. So.
Oh, it's wonderful. I welcome all heat waves, and we will not complain one bit after this winter.
Well, I'm just going to light up a Cremoir if you don't mind.
There you
No,
go.
not at all. So Brian, I know one thing is you hit the road quite a bit, and you tend to go to a lot of the big events. So I think one event that I know folks will see you at is an event that Stogie Geeks is partnering with down with the folks at Cutters, which is the Southern Cigar Festival. So you will be down there?
Yeah, absolutely. Luann and Russ, shout out to you guys. I know they're watching the show tonight, so shout out to Cutters there in Alpharetta, Georgia. Big applause. Ken, my buddy there, is also there, I think, in the shop watching. So I know they dialed in tonight. So you guys, it's this coming. It's June the 6th, so a month away from almost today, in Alpharetta, Georgia, at the Verizon Center there in Alpharetta. It's going to be a beautiful amphitheater.
I've been there, Brian. I've been to shows there. This is a world-class venue. It's like nothing you'll ever see. Yeah, they are doing a great job with that. And I'll be down there as well.
Yeah, good. I think Russ and Luann, they really stepped it up. They've done great advertising, and it's going to be a fun event. I'll definitely be there. I got a booth, not Matt booth, but I'll be in my booth. Definitely come by. We'll actually be, you'll get the Cremoir in your package when you register and get on and go to the show there. So I think they've got 1,300 tickets for this thing. It's going to be an incredible event.
Yeah,
so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean I heard the VIP's almost sold out as it is. They have several ticket options, so it's going to be a great event. Atlanta's a great town, but a great cigar town, by the way.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. I can't
you got
wait.
Any other? Yeah. You have any other areas? Any road else you gonna be on the road anywhere else before IPCBR?
Yeah. So I'll be doing an event in Dallas on the 22nd. I'll be at Riverside up in Indiana on the 3rd of June. Let's see, God, a lot of places. And then we head to Georgia to do that event. I'll be in Dallas several times between now and then. But we got all kind of things events. I'll do something at Blue Smoke coming up here really quick in Dallas. Also Underground Cigars.
They love your stuff there. We've been talking a lot about Underground tonight. I went there, Brian, and I had an unexpected stopover in the Dallas area, and your stuff was.
Your plane crashed or what?
Basically, I was flying back from Vegas. So remember when we saw each other at West Palm Beach? I had to go to Vegas. Yeah. I went to Vegas for the week. I came back and had a stopover in Dallas, except the plane never took off because there was an ice storm that hit, and there were no de-ices. So I was grounded there for several days. I couldn't get out. I literally could not get a flight out. So I actually stumbled onto the Underground, and they had your stuff in there.
Oh yeah, Underground. Don Wiggins is a great guy. He's a beautiful shop. He just actually. So were you in the old shop or the new shop?
The old shop. The old shop by the railroad.
Right. Yeah. So the old shop the new shop is literally half a block away from the old shop, but he took over a building that sits by itself and built out just demolished the inside of it, rebuilt it, did the whole thing, and it's a beautiful shop inside. So shout out to Don and his crew. They're at Underground.
I gotta get these guys on the show at some point. They're real cigar enthusiasts too. So great guys.
Yeah, they're a good group out there. All the guys in Texas are a great group. Because I'm a Texas guy, they're all great guys. All the Rhode Island guys are okay too. I mean,
what about North Carolina? I mean,
no, I love them all, man.
That's great. That's great. Paul, you have anything else for Brian?
Just 5 questions, because I'm not sure that we did 5 questions with Brian last time.
I want to say this again. These are the original 5 questions. Imitated, but not duplicated.
That's right. These are the 5 questions.
Not on text messages. You're going to see these live.
That's right. You ready, Brian?
I'm on my walk. Hang on a second. I'm on my 3rd glass of wine already. So
that's perfect. You're ready. You're ready. You're ready for 5 questions. Ready? 3 words to describe yourself.
Wow. And wow. Motivated, humble, and incredibly handsome.
If you were a serial killer, what would be your weapon of choice?
Nunchuck.
If you wrote a book about yourself, what would the title be?
Why, oh, why me?
In the popular game of Ask Grabby Grabby, do you prefer to go first or second?
Oh, definitely second. Yeah.
Choose 3 celebrities to be your parents.
2 celebrities.
2 celebrities, sorry. 3.
Well, it'd be hard to have 3.
This is modern day. We can have 3.
You can have 3. Yeah, this is, it's 2015. You can have 3. You can have 1.
Modern family now, so it could happen.
It's just, choose a random amount of celebrities to be your parents.
Oh, this is simple. Oh, absolutely simple. Geez. I'm thinking Grace Kelly. And Grace Kelly again. And I'm going to go one more time with Grace Kelly.
There you go.
There you go. It's a...
Hey, I don't care. I don't care if she goes lesbian or what. I mean, I told him. Actually, we were watching the Grace Kelly movie this weekend, and I walked into where my wife was watching it in the bedroom. I walked in, and I just stood there and I went, "Honey, I love you. You're the most beautiful woman in the world, but I would have to leave you if she walked into my front door." And she's like, I totally understand that.
Well, Brian, thank you very much for appearing on the Stogie Geek Show. It's wonderful having you back on the show.
Hey,
Can you stay on for a minute after?
Sure, absolutely. How's everybody doing on the questions? Anybody got this thing
We
yet?
We got lots of submissions.
Oh,
so.
yeah.
We got lots of submissions.
Yes.
All right.
All
Not a Matt Booth butt plug. Okay.
That's right.
That's great.
So stay tuned. We'll be back. We're going to take a short break, come back round the show out with our Stogies of the Week. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere.